Hello everyone, join my Patreon to learn all about my watercolor techniques. Whether you are a beginner or looking to refine your skills, I'll guide you through every step. I'll be giving an in-depth tutorial series starting from the basic and building up to more advanced techniques. Plus, you have the chance to ask questions and get personalized feedback. Let's embark on your watercolor journey together. Hello everyone. Today my subject is a view of the boat in China. My paper is Sanders Waterford 140 rough, and I use round brush number 8, flat brush number 22, this flat brush number 14. I use this calligraphy brush, and I use this rigger brush for today painting. At first I do sketch. This is a horizon line. I do a sketch with the brush. Here this boat. I like this subject, as I did this subject several times with the different colors. Good. I do important line for a sketch at first. Good. And here I do this, and here I'm going to change the subject for the background. It's better to do the like this cabin in here, and it's better to be horizon line is better to be upper than this one. Okay, it's okay. This is my sketch. I add water on my paper in here. I'm going to paint sky at first. I use a gray of gray in this part. I'm going to show like the foggy scene in the harbor. It's not bad. I use gray of gray from Holbein brand, and now I add raw sienna. In here, and right now I'm going to add ultramarine blue. I mix to these colors that I did before, gray of gray and raw sienna. I mix into the ultramarine blue. Okay. I'm going to paint some light and shadow for the sky, like this. It's better to add more ultramarine blue. I use calligraphy brush. The light is better to be this part. Yeah. Or I prefer to add clouds here. I add colors here. Yeah. It's better to add clouds in this part, not sky. Okay. I changed my mind. Good. Right now I have to wait for my paper to absorb water on it. After that I'm going to add clouds in here. Okay, I need to wait for my paper to dry. I don't want to use hair dryer, and it's better to wait for my paper to be dry. Okay, I think it's better to continue to add water. Add water in here. After that I'm going to add clouds in here. Okay. Again, I'm going to use gray of gray for here. Be careful, the top of the paper is wet. And if you want to add colors to show the light in the sea, don't touch your brush for the horizon line. Keep some gap between the horizon line and the sky and the river and the sea. Okay, now I'm going to add raw sienna a little bit more. This part of my paper is dry, and step by step I'm going to add colors in here. Now I'm going to use gray of gray again. Now more pigment. I'm going to use marine blue. It's a Holbein brand, from Holbein brand. This is marine blue from Holbein brand. I like this color. Or you can use ultramarine turquoise. Okay, I add more marine blue. I add the marine blue into the gray of gray. Now slowly I'm going to add burnt umber. Burnt umber and marine blue. Very interesting colors to show the sea reflection, sea. Okay. Again, I'm going to add more burnt umber and marine blue. Good. And this part. Okay. I use more pigment and less water for this part. Still, this part of my paper is still wet, and I need to wait more for my paper absorb water carefully. After that I'm going to paint the clouds. Now I use ultramarine I use marine blue and burnt umber. With the more pigment and less water, with the calligraphy brush, I do some ripples like this. In here. Good. For this kind of subject, it's better to do a sketch with the pen because my sketch removed from here, but it's okay, I can continue. Okay, you can see some ripples, dark colors. Show like wavy. Okay. This part of paper is ready to paint clouds. I use round brush number 8, or you can use messy brush like this kind of brush to do clouds. I'll show you. I add a little bit gray of gray and ultramarine blue. I add, and I'm going to add a little bit burnt umber. Yes, my brush is very dry, and you can see the brush is very messy, and you can paint like this, clouds like this. Add more ultramarine blue, gray of gray, and burnt umber. Yes. Like this. Good. Cloudy sky. These clouds like this shape, and it's nice. Okay. Now I need to wait for my paper to completely dry, or I use hair dryer. Be careful if you want to use hair dryer. If your paper is very wet, don't use hair dryer because these clouds may be blending into the sky, and it's not good if you use hair dryer. But if you thinking the clouds is dried and can't move, you can use hair dryer to dry it completely your painting. Now I use hair dryer. Okay, to keep the paper in the board, I use this tape in the back of the paper to stretch like this. Okay, if you don't have like this kind of brush, you can use like calligraphy brush to paint the clouds, or you can use like this kind of round brush, it's natural hair, to paint the clouds. Okay, now with the flat brush number 14, I'm going to paint this barn in here. I use burnt umber. My paper is dry and I can paint from roof. And now I'm going to add ultramarine blue. I mix into these colors, like gray colors, like I did for the clouds. Now I'm going to paint this cabin or barn in here with the flat brush number 14. Yeah, I'm going to add more brown in here. I said I'm going to change reference photo sometimes. Okay, now with the round brush number 8, it's better to add more colors in here, and I like to add chimney this part. Okay, and some details in here. Good. Before I paint this boat in here, I add some boat to show very distance. Good. Just without details, just shadow like this to show some boat in distance. Good. Okay, and some details in here. Like some mast from boats or ship in this side. It looks like the harbor, and you can do some details in here. I said I'm going to change reference photo sometimes. Okay, and now I need to show the reflection in the sea like this. I use these colors that I did before. I mix gray of gray, marine blue, burnt umber, a little bit ultramarine blue. Good. I mix burnt umber and marine blue for the darkest part, like reflection in here. I don't like this light in here. It's better to keep dark colors in this side. The light is better to be in here. And to show the roof reflection in the water, yeah, it's nice. Good. I like this. And some reflection from the mast in here. Good. With the flat brush, this part is better to be darker. I add more ultramarine blue into the burnt umber for this part to show more darker, and I add more brown colors in here with the flat brush. Yeah, it's good. Now I need to do a sketch again for this boat in here, and I prefer to use again hair dryer. Good. I need to do sketch again. I prefer to paint this boat here. Good. And this one. And another boat coming here. This one. And here. With the burnt umber, I do a sketch with the round brush number 8. But I said it's better to do a sketch with the pencil. Good. Now I prefer to use burnt sienna for this boat. I use more pigment, less water. My paper is dry actually, I can put my hand in the paper easily. Good. And now I add ultramarine blue and burnt sienna together to make a shadow for my boat. Slowly I'm going to add details in my painting. And in this time I use more pigment like this. I use only burnt sienna and ultramarine blue for this part. Again, for the bottom of the boat I add more brown like ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. And here I add a little bit shadow, the light only this part. Or you can use pyrrole orange for this part, because this part of the painting, these boats, is focal point for my painting. And if you add like this kind of colors, it's more interesting. Okay, again I use ultramarine blue to make a shadow for my painting. Good. I need to add dark colors, the same colors, burnt sienna and ultramarine blue for this part. Yeah. Now I use more burnt sienna or mix to the pyrrole orange in this part. And this part I prefer to use turquoise light. Yes. I add turquoise light in this part, and the colors blending together. You see these colors blending together. Good. I'm going to add more details, ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Sometimes I add burnt umber. This is burnt sienna, this is burnt umber. Okay. And I'm going to paint this mast in here. You can see the boat in distance in this. Okay. I'm going to add details. Burnt umber and ultramarine blue. Now I'm going to add more details here. And here. Good. Now it's better to add a boat reflection in the water. I use burnt sienna at first. Now I add marine blue in here. This reflection, very important. Pay attention to the perspective. I use burnt sienna and marine blue or ultramarine turquoise if you have. Okay, now this reflection or masked reflection here. Good. And now I use cobalt turquoise, sorry, or turquoise light, or you can use cobalt turquoise. Yeah, cobalt turquoise is better. And now add more burnt sienna. Now I use marine blue. I said this reflection, very important. Good. I use more burnt sienna. For this part. Good. I like this. It's better to add some ripples here. Now, with the rigger brush, ultramarine blue and burnt umber, you can use to paint some wire like this. Yeah, and I add some details in here. Very good, very good. And this is good. The ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, I mix these colors, add details in my painting. I need to fix some part of the painting to show details. Good. Okay, in this time I need to add some stone or rocks in here. I use burnt umber and ultramarine blue. This part. Okay. Now I need to use clean brush and I remove some colors from here to show the light in the top of the stone or rocks like this. With the clean brush you can remove the colors, and with the paper towel you can pick up the colors from your paper. Now I'm going to fix this stones. here, like this. Okay, now to show the stone reflection in the water, I use marine blue and little bit mixed to the burnt sienna, like this. Yeah. Okay, friends, the painting is slowly down. Hope you like my video tutorials. Good. Every week I try to paint different subject, and you can follow me on my Patreon. Okay, this repels. And this reflection from the mast are interesting. Yeah. And I think it's better to add a little bit details in here. And here. Burnt umber and ultramarine blue. In here. Good. Yeah, it's enough, I think. Or maybe I paint a small boat in here. If I paint small boat in here, yeah, it's not bad. To show more distance. Very light, very light. Yeah, I think it's better. Good. just the gray colors. I add this boat. Here. Yeah. And some repels I do in this part. Good. And at the end, this is not bad for here and here. Okay, friends, my painting is done. Hope you like my tutorial, watercolor tutorial. I add some blue, like turquoise, in here. Good. It's enough. Okay. You can use gray of gray or cobalt turquoise to show this light for your painting. Okay, it's enough. Hope you like this painting. Oh, just I forget to do this detail here. You can use yellow ochre. Good. It's enough. Hope you like my painting. Bye.